Good morning and welcome to the start of Eternal Rest. Eternal Rest will be 2 cremation urns that I've been asked to build. These are replacement urns for some original boxes that have been damaged over time. So I'm making 2 more identical to replace those. What I need to do is I need to cut exact same inside dimensions as the existing box. And so what I had to do was calculate the distance between the bevel cut here and the bevel cut that will be right here so that I get an exact dimension from here to here, and that will duplicate, when all 4 are done, that will duplicate the exact inside dimensions of what the customer has requested. So laying this jig out here simplifies the cuts for me. And so now, since that cut's been made there, I have to swivel my saw around to this 45-degree angle, butt it up right here and hold it in place, and then I'll make this cut here. And so hang on, it's going to be a little loud. Okay. So now what that has allowed me to do, that has given me 2 perfect 45-degree angles. I'll cut 2 more and it will give me the exact inside dimensions that I need to have the box exactly as the originals were. Now I'm cutting these, this one was a practice piece for setup, but I'm cutting these with the finished wood on the inside because it's going to, when it's put together, I won't have to sand it. It's already going to be finished and sanded and stuff. But the outside, I'll be able to sand that and make it kind of pop, if you will. So I'm going to continue making the other pieces off camera. And then when I come back, I'll be gluing these up together and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I'll be back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with the glue up process. Off camera, I have checked the 45-degree miters to make sure that I had good fits, and I do all the way around. So what I did, I don't know if you can see them, but I numbered them. The corners, this is 1 and 1, this is 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4. So that way I don't make a mistake when I go to assemble these together and it comes like it needs to be. It comes put together the way it needs to be. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay these things out in order and just kind of make sure that what I want to see is good straight edges right here lined up all the way around, and that's going to work just fine. So now I'll move those out of the way because I know they're going to fit, and I want to lay down 2 strips of this 1-inch painter's tape. I'm going to lay those out, lay that tape out a little bit long, and you'll see why in just a minute. So let me get this one laid down. There's one. I gotta lay one more out. And the reason that I lay them out longer than what's actually needed to go around them is because I need to pull tight and have extra tape to wrap around all the way around so that I can pull it all tight and keep it tight and keep the joints stuck together. Sometimes you got to finagle with these things, you know, and like I said, rubber gloves make it a little bit harder, but you need to have them on there for the glue. So, all right, there's the first one down. I bring the second joint, butt it up right next to it, make sure I get the edges flush, lay it down on the tape, do the next one. And again, keeping them numbered makes all the difference in the world when it comes time to lay out like this, because then we know we get them in the right position and we get the joints that match up best put together. So now I've got all 4 of them down. So now we put the glue on. Each of the 4 joints on both sides get glue added to them. And the trick I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just kind of roll these together and glue them up with the tape holding them in position, and then I will come back with my ratchet straps that I have, and I will snug everything up so that we have a good tight fit all the way around. So what I do is I'll start with this one right here, and I'll just roll it right up into that one. Make sure it's kind of lined up right. And then I'll roll this one up. Make sure that's lined up right. And I busted out of my thumb, but that's all right. Glue washes off. Okay, so now, okay. Now we bring this one back up here. Now we've got it working. And like I said, these are just temporary measures, to be honest with you, just to hold it together. I'm going to do the final glue up with my band clamps, which are designed to hold boxes perfectly square. Okay, so let me get a piece of paper towel and I'll wipe off the excess. Do it on that side, and then I'll wipe off the excess over here. And then I'll actually wipe off on the inside. Let me turn this so that y'all can see what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm removing the glue squeeze out right in here on all four of those joints. Okay, and then here's the last one. All right, one more clean. And now I'll put my band clamps on it. And what these do is they'll give equal pressure on all four corners and keeps everything lined up and square, which is what I want to see. Okay, now these will go down to the bottom, and I'll snug those up. What that does, that'll pull that corner in good and tight. And then I'll put this one on the opposite side, and I'll pull from the opposite direction with this one. Put this one from the top. Okay. All right, snug them all the way up. And I'm going to stand this up a little bit to see if you can see it pulls them in nice, square, and tight. And I'll leave these in the clamps for a couple of hours, and that way I know it'll be good and dry when I take them out, and then I can go ahead and clean them up. So I'll be back in just a minute, and I'll show you what the first one, because I've already got it glued up and out of the clamps and stuff, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's out of the clamp and it's cleaned up. So I'll be right back. Okay, well here I am with the other box, and as you can see, it's beautiful, tight, 45-degree miter corners. And when I finish this, I'm actually going to cut some splines. I'll put two close together down here and one up here, and then I'll actually cut this box right here and leave top half for the lid and the bottom half for the box. I've still got to make the bottoms and the tops, but this way I know I've got it a perfect matchup, so I don't have to worry about how is it going to work, how's it going to fit, because it's going to be a perfect cutoff from this box here. But as you can see, that little glue up with the tape to start, and then the straps makes perfect tight 45-degree miters all the way around. So I'm really pleased with the way they worked out. So, and then you'd actually do some final sanding to make it all smooth and whatnot, so that you get a good finish all the way around, a good glue up when I put the tops and the bottoms on them, and that's already been done. So one of the last things I'll do before I split the top and bottom is I'll take care of sanding the outside of the boxes all the way around and give me a nice smooth pretty finish, get rid of the glue residence of the glue squeeze outs on the outside, the little dark spots. But when I'm all finished, you're not going to see those, and it's going to be a nice pretty grain filled box. So I'll be back.